Okay, now we're going to do a special type of quadratic factoring, but before we do, let me remind you what I mean by quadratic. X squared plus 5x plus 6, and you can go back if you don't remember how to factor those, you can go back to the previous videos. But what if that x stuff is missing, and you've just got the x squared and the numbers? So sometimes you can factor this, but it's got to be a special situation. One of these situations called difference of squares, to where each number or each set of variables in a number or whatever it may be are perfect squares. What I mean by perfect squares, x squared is something times itself. 16 is something times itself. Other examples would be like y to the fourth is actually y squared times y squared. It's something times itself. 25 is 5 times itself. So if you have perfect squares and it is being subtracted, that's what it means by difference. Difference of squares will always factor into, this is a word you need to know, conjugates. Here's what conjugates look like. X minus 10 paired with x plus 10. X minus 8 paired with x plus 8. They look just alike except for the plus and minus signs. Each factor is identical except one's a plus, one's a minus. So difference of squares will always factor into conjugates. These are super easy to factor. So x squared minus 16 is a difference of two squares. So two sets of parentheses. Multiplies give you x squared to be x and x. They will be conjugates, so 1 plus, 1 minus. Multiplies give you 16, will be a positive 4 and a negative 4. You can multiply these out to check and see why this happens. X times both will be x squared minus 4x. 4 times both will be a positive 4x and a minus 16. Notice that when you multiply conjugates, the middle terms cancel. And it gives you x times x, which was x squared, 4 times 4, which gave you the minus 16. So let's try the rest of these really fast. Two sets of parentheses. They are both difference of squares. We've got to ask ourselves, multiplies give you 64p squared to be an 8p and an 8p. 8 times 8 gives you the 64. The p and the p gives you the p squared. Plus and minus, multiplies give you 1, is 1 times 1. 8p plus 1, 8p minus 1. Next one. Difference, both of them are perfect squares. Two sets of parentheses. Difference of squares factors into conjugates. 7x times 7x gives you a 49 and an x squared. Plus and minus. A 3y and a 3y would multiply to give you the 9y squared. Last one. Two sets of parentheses. A times a multiplies to give you the a squared. Plus times minus will multiply to give you a negative. 8b times 8b multiplies to give you a 64 and a b squared.